Look who's here, ladies and gentlemen. Maria Menounos has arrived.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I know that you're in town. Technically, you're still in town from WrestleMania, yes?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. How great was it?
That was amazing.
It's so fun that, because I'll see you do the Hall of Fame, and then you did the watch along this time with them, right?
Yeah, that was so much fun.
With Pat McAfee?
Yeah, but I mean, hello, me and the Big Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Although,
and the Big Show are good together. We had a lot of fun.
I heard the Big Show went on and immediately announced that they had switched one of the matches to go first.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was supposedly, AJ Styles was supposed to be first, I think. And that's who I thought I was doing the watch along for.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And then Big Show was just like, oh, yeah, they switched this.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow.
Little too inside info there.
Right,
exactly.
Right. But then you end up spending most of the show out on the floor like always.
Yes.
And just
getting yelled at by fans. I've gotten a few tweets from people that were upset I was standing up. And I just want to let everybody know who's listening that I am very apologetic. And I turned around and I was like, I'm sorry. And I thought that they were taunting me. And no, I think they thought I was taunting them and being like bitchy. And I was like, no, I'm genuinely sorry. I was too excited. I wasn't like paying attention.
Yeah.
And so they're like, next time, sit down, Menounos. So then I was kind of like glued to my seat for the rest of the night. And then I would do that hover, but then what it really does is it makes it look like you're sticking your butt out at everybody.
Right. No, I've seen you at these shows. You get extremely enthusiastic.
Yes.
Like to the point, I mean, you're in your own world.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
can't
even
control
know.
myself.
Right. Did you have a favorite moment?
I mean, obviously the women's match. I got really emotional, and there was a woman behind me who was getting really emotional. And so the two of us were starting to tear up because it's been such a journey for the women's division, and to see them out there main eventing was so cool. And of course, to see Becky win was amazing.
Yeah.
And we've become friends. And so I was super psyched about that. And of course, Shane McMahon always, I saw him backstage and I go, Shane, do you always have to almost kill yourself? Do we always have to be in fear for your life?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you think that if you were in this high danger situation and you survived it, you're like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, I survived it. I'm just going to keep doing that over and over again.
I know. There were a lot of injuries this time around too. I heard Miz got his head stapled, and I saw Shane with a huge black eye, and Ronda broke her hand, and
yeah, everybody showed up.
A lot of bloody elbows I saw front row.
Although you almost ended up with bloody elbows. I was at the Hall of Fame.
Here we go.
I'm sitting there, and I'm there with Jess, and I watched this guy jump out of the crowd. He's wearing a Rastafarian hat, and he grabbed Bret Hart. And you know how wrestling is. It's one of those things where for a second you have to go, is this a bit?
Yeah, you don't know.
But real quick, it was like, oh my God, this isn't a bit. And the guy tackles Bret Hart, and immediately Ronda's husband, Travis, jumped on stage. And
speared him.
Right. And a bunch of the wrestlers jumped on stage, and I'm like, this is the last place in the world that you want to do that.
Yeah.
And I look up, and center of the ring, I'm like, how did Kevin Undergaro get in the ring with them? And there he is, officiating the whole thing, making sure that everybody's in the position that they should be in. Yeah. Did you just turn around and see that your husband had fled and
Well, I think you missed a little bit of this. So I examined this like the Kennedy assassination, okay? Till 3 a.m. I was studying tape.
Film.
So basically, I see this guy chasing in after Bret, and again, I didn't understand. And Travis, Ronda Rousey's husband, literally, if you watch the videos, he spears him as this dumbass spears Bret.
Mm-hmm.
And Natty's instincts were brilliant because she saw him coming. She protected Bret, went down with him. And so soon I grabbed my phone, I started Instagramming and oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then Kevin's gone. And so Kevin climbs into the ring, lifts Bret up, pushes him over to the side. Then he realizes, oh, we got to get this guy out of here. And he's like, Maria, I just kept hearing this.
I mean, you could see.
And this guy was super dumb. And so Kevin jumps out of the stage to pull him out with Shane and, of course, everybody else. So I run over to Stephanie. I'm like, Stephanie, this is real, right? Because I'm so scared to screw something up. And she goes, it's real. Stay out of it. Stay back here. And then I see Kevin in the middle. I'm like, no way. So I start running like a psycho. I pull Kevin out and he's like, you get out. I go, no, you get out. And then I run back in because I wanted to murder this man myself. I was so mad. I'm like, you hurt my friends.
So Kevin is trying to ease the tension somewhat, and you're like, no, I'm getting in there.
Yeah.
I'm getting in there. I'm throwing one at him.
I was so pissed. Boston just totally happened. It just came out, and it was funny because people were tweeting. They're like, the long-haired female attacker was Marie. I don't know what I thought I was going to do amongst 7-foot-tall, 400-pound giants, but I was going to try.
You just felt it.
Yeah.
You felt the rage build up. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't go in and be that disrespectful and
to a cancer
dangerous.
survivor and someone who had gone through a stroke and to Natty, you just don't do that.
And a room full of wrestlers is probably the wrong crowd to do it.
Yeah. And they're our family. So, nope, not happening.
Yeah. So, Maria, let's talk about...
So, from that to...
Right.
Ruff.
Well, I'll tell you that the same protective instincts that you have and that Kevin has... Your dog has.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I know that because I've been there and I've met your dog, and your dog likes me. It's a giant German Shepherd.
Maximus likes you?
Maximus likes me.
Oh, good.
Yes, we walked around the house, but the vibe that I was getting from him...
Is at any moment.
Because he needed pets the whole time, the entire time.
Yeah.
I needed to be petting him and being nice. And I saw his eyes the whole time, and he would just be looking up at me like, try something.
Yeah.
Just try something. And I'm like, no, we're petting. We're still good. And even if I stopped petting... I knew that wasn't an option either.
Don't worry. You saw my husband. He's a hero. He jumps right into the action. He would save you.
Right. But we were on good terms, or we stayed on good terms, and it was great. But you guys have been dog people forever, as long as I've known you, certainly, and years and years and years before that. So the fact that you're involved with the Beverly Hills Dog Show is not a shock. It seems very fitting.
Yes. It's my third year. And I remember when I was working at E, they asked me to do it, and I was like, so I get to hang out with dogs all day? Yeah, that would be amazing.
I'd rather that than hang out with you guys. Hang out with the dogs. That's perfect.
I didn't say that, but you did. Anyway, so I remember vividly that first year, I was so giddy getting to see all of these different breeds. I mean, it was unbelievable. I was a kid in a candy store, and they were really kind and allowed me to gush and squish and kiss and mush and then get around to the actual job of interviewing people.
Right.
So I've been doing it for 3 years, and yes, it's the Beverly Hills Dog Show presented by Purina. And what's cool about it is it's different from the other dog shows because we are bringing the celebrity to it. So Ashley Tisdale was there with her little dog Maui, but my favorite was Shaun White, Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
He comes in, my jaw dropped to the ground. He comes in with his little terrier, I think it's a Yorkie, Leroy the good boy, I think he's called, and he's got his own Instagram account, and they were wearing matching outfits.
Oh my God.
Both in pink. No, but Sammy had pink sunglasses, just like his dad.
The dog was wearing pink sunglasses.
Yes. No,
Leroy the good boy was wearing...
It's everything. Everything. You have to look it up on Instagram.
I will.
It's so cute. So we had the celebs, we had the dogs. It was so much fun. It's a family tradition. So it'll be on this Easter Sunday at 1 p.m. And we also have the National Dog Show on NBC. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And then we also have the National Dog Show on Thanksgiving Day. So you have 2 different holidays now with
big time dog shows.
Beautiful dog shows. And
you're not bringing Maximus, are you?
I wanted to, but he wants to eat everybody.
That's what my thinking was, that there would be, especially you're talking about Shaun White and his little tiny thing, and he's got like that. Maximus would eat that dog.
No, see, Maximus is really good with other dogs.
Oh, he wants to eat the people.
He wants to eat the people.
I see.
Anybody who comes near me, he wants to eat. And so I usually bring Winnie with me. Winnie's my little poodle who doesn't want to eat people.
Right. Yeah. And I've seen Maximus make snap judgments. Like he just decides in the moment, oh no.
Oh, yeah, he bit my cousin in the butt.
He did?
Yeah, my cousin came over. It was all good. And then he got too close to me and like hovered over me. And then he bit him in the butt.
That's probably the best case scenario with Maximus, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, he could do some damage if he wanted to.
Yeah, Maximus is a 130-pound just beast. But he's my everything. And so I love dogs. And so does Purina, and so it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, I love it.
And Winnie's going to be in a commercial spot.
Really?
Yeah, so you'll get to see Winnie. She's such a superstar. She gets her own commercials now, so you'll see her in the show because we have this.
Everybody in the Menounos household is working.
Everybody's got to work. Yeah, everyone's got to contribute. So, if you post a photo with your dog and you hashtag it, every dog is a star. Hashtag. Every dog is a star. Yeah, I got that right. Tag at Purina. They are going to be choosing photos to put in the show. So you just got to tell us why your dog is a star.
That's amazing. My dog misbehaves a lot, but she's a very pretty dog. So maybe I'll try to get in on this.
Yeah. So what do you have to do? Do you remember?
Well, I have to tag every dog, hashtag every dog is a star, and then explain why she is a star.
And tag Purina so they see it.
And of course, tag Purina.
Yes.
Well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll take Lila Garrity and I'll get her in her most photogenic space, and I'll try to get involved in this.
See, I think if you put your baby in there and that, I think you like double the odds of like getting in there.
Yeah, I think about that.
You do have
sometimes.
one of them cute kids too. You got to remember about.
My kid has not. There is not one photo of my kid on social media.
You haven't done that. That's right.
No, but I know. Like I look at the photos that I have, and I'm just throwing away likes.
I know.
You know what I mean? I'm leaving likes on the table.
Are you scared?
I'm not scared. I just don't want him to. He hasn't chosen to be public. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I don't want. I was even iffy about. I posted. I went with Jess, obviously, to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
She's 7.5 months pregnant. But one of the rare photos of Jess, I posted a picture of the two of us.
Oh, I thought you were afraid of the unborn baby photo. Not Jess. the unborn baby hasn't decided to be famous yet.
Yeah, no. But she's protected inside the womb, so she's fine.
Okay.
But I was like, I usually don't do this. I usually don't post stuff this personal. But it got like the most likes ever, and everybody was super nice about it. So I'm probably just being paranoid for nothing. But
yeah. I like it. You try. You hang on to as long as you can.
Exactly.
He's just going to get cuter and cuter.
Right.
And so it's going to get harder and harder.
And then one day he'll just start his own Instagram account, and I'll be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Yep.
Speaking of documenting things,
yes,
you have been going through like so much, and it's amazing how much you're doing based on how much you've been through. You know, of course, the world knows that your mom still going through brain cancer, right? And that's something that you and Kevin and everybody around you has been working on and working with her tirelessly for how long now?
It's going to be 3 years in August.
That's incredible.
Yeah, God, thankfully has given us a lot of time.
And at the same time, what, a year ago, maybe a little more?
Year and a half.
A year and a half ago, you find out that you have a brain tumor and have to get it removed and go through. So while you're working with your mom going through brain cancer, you have to have brain surgery to have a tumor removed. And oh, by the way, you're doing everything else that you do just to try to stay afloat, right? And you guys are doing a documentary, is that right?
Yeah, well, I was filming every step of the way.
Just to have it.
Just to have it. You know, the second I got diagnosed, I flipped the camera on me and Kevin. We were in Mexico in a parking lot, and
so you're on vacation?
No, we had taken my mom in for treatment. We were taking her to alternative treatments because they said her tumor was growing.
I see.
And I found out once I had checked them in, it was a really, really bad time. Obviously, when you find out that this tumor is growing, it was really scary. And then, of course, my doctor was like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have one too. And so I flipped the camera on us and did like a confessional. And then from there, I kept filming everything, different things along the way, doctor appointments and such. And mainly so that I could remember how I was acting, how I felt, because it's easy to like kind of change the story later. Like I wanted to remember how I handled it. Right. And that was really important to me and what I was thinking and stuff. And because my life moves so fast, I forget.
Totally.
So I document everything anyway. And so when I was recovering from surgery, our CTO at AfterBuzz and Kevin strung all the footage together because I had a lot of it. And I had a lot of footage of my mom as well. And it was a little doc. And so I ended up connecting with Joe Berlinger, the GOAT of documentaries.
Absolutely.
Who did Tony Robbins' most recent one. Was it the I Am Not Your Guru?
I'm Not Your Guru, yep.
And
I mean, he's done a ton of them.
Everything.
He's
he
incredible.
Just did the Ted Bundy stuff.
Yeah.
And
didn't he do the West Memphis 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's brilliant. So I just had dinner with him to ask him some advice. And then I started telling him my story of what I'd been going through. And he was like, I want to work on this. And so he was a little busy with Ted Bundy at the time. So now we're connecting and we're going to figure out how to take it from where it is. And I don't want it to just be about, oh, she had a brain tumor. Everybody knows that. We all know what we've been going through, but I want to show people kind of what gets you there. And I think it's more of like a message to women. That was Kevin who had just this brilliant idea. He goes, Maria, every speech you're going out and talking to women, you're telling them all of these things that they need to hear. Do it in the doc so that everybody can hear it. As women, we're everything to everyone and nothing to ourselves. We are so type A. We have to make sure we get the flowers to somebody on their birthday. We got to make sure we, plan the vacation. We're in charge of like everything.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, we have to make sure our hair is dyed and our nails are done and we look amazing and somehow we can't age. And there's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot that goes into being a woman. And we have to be perfect and we have to balance it all. No one ever asks a guy, how do they balance it all? They ask women every single day.
Plus, when people go, how do you balance it all? I go, I have my wife do most of the stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the way you do it.
Yeah. You guys and it's just a different thing. And so I want to kind of show women and people in general the new life perspectives I've had, the changes that I've made in my life so that I can live a happier, healthier life. I want people to focus on their health more and to realize that you can do a lot for a while. It eventually will catch up with you.
So tonally, not exactly the same as the Ted Bundy tapes.
Not exactly, no. Although Kevin does want to kill a few people along the way for what they've done to me.
I can only imagine.
So you never know where this could go. That's why docs are amazing, right?
Right, exactly.
There are a few people he thinks are responsible for a little bit of what's going on. So
maybe that'll be in there too.
Collateral damage. I'm kidding. Not, but.
No, there's people. We just won't mention who.
There's people.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
Yes, they do.
And I hope they're apologetic.
Want more Jim and Sam? Catch up with full episodes and interviews from celebrity guests anytime on demand using the SiriusXM app.